Hello, welcome to another episode of Clues, Cues and Reviews, and today we're looking at the most recent chapter of Boku no Hero Academia, My Hero Academia. Another one of those days where I'm leaving this quite late, so my apologies. But we'll do my best to get this out there, as well as Black Clover today with the view of World Trigger tomorrow. There are other things I need to catch up on as well, but I'll talk about them later. I am watching Haikyuu episodes. I'm on episode 11, I believe now. Where they're just about a take on Nikoma School, which should be interesting. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into this review. I'm going to keep this short and sweet, and let's get to the point. See you in a bit. So point number one. What I like about this manga in general, and a lot of the tests that happen with this, is they're not straightforward. So the idea behind the rulings of the way this one works, and to whittle down people from 1500 to 100, is the idea that they're looking for other things than the usual. A lot of people panic, get excited, go overboard to get through. But it's more about how you gather information, how you deal with your surroundings, unity and cooperation. And I always like that it's not the obvious that they're always looking for. Sometimes it is a little bit under the radar. And it really is those people that should pass, those that work together, that aren't rushing, aren't just kind of going in there. And it's good to see that in a manga. So that's point number one. Number two, we get to see the quirks of Ketsubutsu School. Now the names aren't officially confirmed yet, but we get to see the other members. So one of the members that looks like it's kind of like a deformed mask, he's wearing like a skull. He uses the hardening ability on balls and he turns them into concrete. Another member, the one with the black hair, has a boomerang type effect, and he's able to throw them even underground, very locked on target based. The female character from that school is able to kind of revert her head into her body somehow, so it's kind of a bit like Luffy's Gear 4 situation. That's probably good for evading, but we haven't seen all of it yet. And then finally Shindo's, I thought it might be something like a location quirk, but it's not. It's a lot crazier. He's practically Whitebeard for this manga. He's got the earthquake fruit, but it has its limitations. So the limitations of it is once he uses max power, it effectively renders him immobile. He can't move and he's kind of stuck, but the range on it is so good that it would take a while for them to get to him. So really cool quirk. Good to see some kind of creativeness when it comes to these quirks, but there's a lot more we can see from them. I'm sure they're going to develop very soon. So that's point number two. Point number three, the growth of the UA students, which does not go unnoticed by people that are participating with them and against them, as well as people watching in the crowd. So we get to see some of the moves from Jiro, who does the heartbeat foes with the electric powers to deal with the hardened stones underground. We get to see Ashida's acid veil, which practical as hell. I'd imagine against a villain and dealing with the crowd, that's going to do some damage defensively and offensively. And Tokoyomi's black ankh, which A, sounds cool, B, looks cool, and in Urdu translation, ankh also means eye, so it also can translate to black eye, which is interesting in itself. But the fact that they've not only taken the time to develop the quirks and show it fully on display is a sight to behold for the UA members. Because of this, there's a big stalemate and none of them have really lost just yet, which I like, that they're still bounding together and they're still helping each other out, even though some people aren't really pulling their weight. But yeah, anyway, that's point number three. Point number four, the member of Shiketsu, Inasa's quirk is more or less shown. It looks like it's a wind related quirk, and he's got this whole get up. And what happens is once the earthquake attack goes off from the member from the school, from the Ketsubutsu school, Shindo's earthquake quirk goes off. A lot of the members in the terrain, in the field, I guess, are basically distracted, and while they're distracted, their own attack balls get sucked away, and it looks like a wind or turbine or that type of magic, quirk I should say, magic, and he uses that against them, and basically because of that he takes out 120 members. So not only is his power effective, it kind of gives you an idea what he potentially did to get the points. In his entrance exam, he probably took all the enemies towards himself, took them out, got the points. He probably dealt with all of them, big, small, and everything in between, and that's why he goes number 1. But yeah, he's getting all excited. He's passing. He's taken out 120 people, which is a good chunk of the examinees. So yeah, that's point number 4. So while all this is going on, Izuku can't help but get excited. You know he's a quirk geek, seeing all these different and exciting quirks in action, being in the thick of it. He's all excited. He got a bit distracted, and boom, the girl from Shiketsu attacks. It looks like she has got the target that was on one side of his body, near his rib, because he's holding that after that, and she's like, oh, it's cool that you're so excited and getting into it, but you shouldn't like dawdle or kind of daydream. And it sets up a battle for next chapter. So pretty much all the members of the 2 schools, so Shiketsu, which was meant to be like the elite of the West, and the other school with that female teacher that wanted to make Aizawa Sensei laugh, Ketsubutsu, they've shown themselves. We've seen a bits of their quirks. We haven't seen the other fellow from Shiketsu just yet. The one with the hat, has got his hair kind of a little bit over. I'm sure we're probably going to see that soon, but I think what's basically going to happen is a lot of these kind of members will try to whittle down the other examinees. From what I can see, the Ketsubutsu are specifically targeting UA more than anybody else. So that might become one of the final things at the end, and they might just run out of time. But it is looking promising. Exciting stuff. We can't wait to see what happens next. Hope you enjoyed the chapter. Give me a thumbs up and let me know what in the comment section below what you thought. And if you haven't already, please subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it, and I'll see you next time.